Hi guys, so I've got this lovely bit of wood here. I'm thinking about making a solitary bee habitat, not that I haven't got enough already out of it, and it's really well seasoned. It's a bit of wood that I found in a field after someone was chopping down trees a couple of years ago, a few miles from here, but it's really well seasoned now. It's been outside, like I say, for 2 years. It's lovely and dry. All the moisture's gone out of the wood, and that's what you need, because otherwise when you're cutting, sometimes dependent on the wood, it becomes really fibrous and chogs your drill bit up, and it just becomes a chore. Whereas something like this, the drills are going to eat through it really quick. It's got minimal cracking in it. It's got this side here. I'm just trying to think of what I can make. It's got that side here which obviously has this angle on it, and a flat side at the back. I could go for the traditional, but I like the way the wood's cut here, and it's all, I wouldn't bother sanding that. I think that looks nice. But maybe I'll clean this, the burr up from where they've done the cut with a chainsaw here. They've cut the wedge out of this side, and they leave 1.5 inches here, and then they saw through and then cut back and leave a little notch here and cut through that last, and then this breaks off. It's a pretty good cut actually. Although I'm no chainsaw expert, I am learning, because the next video, or 1 or 2 videos time, I'm going to have an electric chainsaw and I'm going to be practicing. I've been watching a lot of videos about safety and stuff, so hopefully I'll have all my limbs. God, I shouldn't joke about that, but I'm going to be careful. So yeah, I might even use this like this and use this as a kind of roof to protect it from the weather. Well, it'll be harder to drill into. Maybe you can go up at an angle, but who knows. I'll clean that off anyway, and then we'll take it from there, but hopefully something good will come of it. So we cleaned it up pretty good. I don't know if you noticed, but I was using these gloves. Now, my wife bought me these because this kind of thing happens to me. Look at that now, 6 months later. That's not bad. That was so deep. That was down, I think, through the muscle to the bone almost. It was borderline hospital visit, but I don't do it at home. I did it myself, and I think I did a good job. My wife does not want to see me doing that anymore, so she bought me these. They've got metal fibre woven into the fabric, so really great for hand saws, not chainsaws, but certainly for tools and stuff like sharp tools, chisels, hand saws. Won't protect you 100%, but definitely if you drop the saw in your hand, which is what I did. So yeah, all cleaned up, nice and rustic. This one, it's not going to be pretty, but it will certainly do the job. I'm going to clean this up a bit more. I'm going to chop it in half, because otherwise this bit's wasted. This is going to be, in the absence of my new chainsaw, this is going to be fun, but I'm going to quickly chop it in half now. It's good exercise if nothing else. I'm not going to put a roof on it because I've got this overhang. I'm going to draw the holes perpendicular to this face. That will leave them with a bit of a drop off, and I think in nature, it's not scientific, but in nature I think bees prefer a slight tilt downhill on the chambers. If you get flooding or heavy rain, the water will naturally fall out and not inundate, and I think that's instinctively what bees are looking for. Hey, if it was me, that's what I'd be looking for. So, and certainly when I've done it before, they seem to prefer it. So yeah, I'm going to chop it in half, maybe get rid of this notch here, and after that we can start drilling, but I'll catch up with you in a mo. We'd have a quick break before we go back up. Sit by the pond. This pond's a couple of years old now. I think inside here, I think we have a red mason bee. That would be a male there. Yeah, that's it. And if it looked up, then we would hopefully see a little white beard underneath its chin, which I believe the males have from memory. My memory serves me, because they come out first to check the lie of the land. We've also got loads of snails in here, which are doing quite well. It's early days, but no doubt under here they will be to get. Oh, there's an egg there, so they're definitely doing something. There you go. So they are under the lily leaves. It's a sure way of knowing that they're mating. And that one there, that's a case, an early casing, because it hasn't got any dots in it. And as they develop, obviously the snails will start appearing in there, but you know, quite a fair number in one of those cases. Or they consume it and then run off and do their own thing. I would imagine there maybe some tadpoles have survived, but generally, because I only had one clump, I would say the newts are going to way outnumber the frogs this year. So I don't suppose a lot of tadpoles will have survived. Newts are far more hardy than frogs. So yeah, there's a lot going on considering it's only April. I saw a pond skater a minute ago, which is there he is there. That's encouraging. Can you see that guy there? There he is. There's a pond skater. I can't really see the screen, but no, hopefully you'll be able to catch that. There's a pond skater somewhere. There he is. There you go. So that's a certainty that spring is upon us. Because once those guys choose to land, they're probably staying in around the pond until later in the year. I'm not sure actually the life cycle of a pond skater and what they do at the end of the year. I'm not sure if they live past the winter or if they lay and then die off and this whole cycle starts again. But there we go. Let's go and back up the top. Oh, you'll see here some marsh marigold. I didn't mention it in the last video, but that's all coming out. So right, back up to the log. Yeah, had a bit of a surprise. I thought it was hard to cut through. You probably noticed in that video I changed person. Well, I changed all my clothes and everything and lost all my hair and went grey. Well, that was my dad. So he helped me out. Thankfully, he turned up halfway through. You can see here, this isn't softwood as I thought. This is cherry, I believe. Hardwood, and it's going to make, although harder to drill, it's going to make a lovely habitat. So I'm going to make two now. So I've chopped down. I'm not sure what side I'm going to use now because it seems a shame to use that side when this side is so lovely. I think I put a plate on the back of here just to stop it cracking. They will crack over time, but it just slows it down. Although the cracked ones look just as nice, they look more weathered. And I think I'm going to make one in there, clean this one up, and then put another one in here. Although that side's fine as well. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not wasting that lovely face. So I think I'm going to change my plan, which happens all the time when you're making habitats. I think I'm going to drill in this one and make it nice. So that's the next thing on the list. Okay, so there's 250 holes drilled. Holes are fine internally. The surface is a bit rough sometimes because my drills have just about had it. They're at the end of their lifespan, and this is hardwood, so they were burring on the way in, and I failed to sharpen them. So good idea is to attach it upright like this to a fence post because it gives you a lot more control. You can swap hands more easily, and so you don't wear one arm out. You're also not looking down continuously, so you won't get a crook neck, and you get a lot more control. You can lean in to it as well and put your weight behind it, so you're not pushing so much. When you're doing this number of holes, it has its toll. Trust me, I've done, I don't know, probably getting close to 100,000, which is either really impressive or really sad. So what I'll do now, I'm not going to do the other one today. That's the one with the overhang. That'll be another time. I'm going to put a roof and some legs on this, and then I'll catch back up with you. Well, there you go. It's all done. Not the prettiest one in the world, but it's not finished. I've got to paint it with some wood stain, some low VOC wood stain. I can't do that yet because it's all been glued. I used some old planks here and some old batten and some old bits of wood I had. So, it might not be pretty, but it is 100% recycled. I've also put some planks on the back and screwed them in and glued them in. And the reason for that is it is hardwood, so it won't be as bad, but they do split over time, and that section at the back holds the wood all together. And I know that works because I've got some that I've put that backing on that haven't cracked at all. You can see here these are starting to crack, and that's completely normal, but just to give it a bit more life and hold it together. But it's come out well. Like I say, not pretty, but once the roof's all painted and the back's painted and the legs are painted, it will look a lot better. I don't think it's that bad. It's got a lovely overhang. That's just about the most important thing you can do if you're making one of these, because I guarantee you that all of these holes in the shade here, and obviously we're in the evening now, it's like 5 o'clock, so when the sun's directly overhead, that shade, the roof will hopefully cover that. And if this were the limit of that shade, all the top would be used first, because they like to have the sunlight and the warmth, but they don't like direct sunlight, depending on the species. But generally I find they always go under the roof first, so the The longer overhang you can have, the better, and this is just about perfect, because when it's midday, these guys are going to be in the shade. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Get out in your garden and make one of these, because it's easy. You can't go wrong. Even if it's a mess, you've in the very least you've put some holes in some wood and something will enjoy it. I had some blue tits there. I don't know if you saw them, but they're nesting up in there. Got like a really old nest box up in there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so that's good. The blue tits are back. So yeah, I'll speak to you soon. I think next time I'll be unboxing my chainsaw. So we'll have a look at that. Cheers guys, bye.